Yo, what up guys? Today's video is gonna be on a little bit of a different format. Today we're gonna measure the compression, change the spark plugs, and I'm gonna record all of this and try to make it into a tutorial instead of just the ordinary not so interesting videos. So we're gonna need just a couple of things for this video. This is a compression gauge or just pressure gauge, you can say. You can see it has bars and PSI, and this is gonna help us measure the compression of the engine. You can see that it comes with some adapters and all of this. The other thing that I highly recommend you buying is a magnet spark plug socket, because I used to have a normal spark plug socket that has like a rubber ring or something. It put the spark plugs, and onto the third or the fourth spark plug it got stuck. It couldn't pull it, and it was a total mess. So definitely I recommend you towards buying a magnet socket for the spark plugs, because it is times and times better. You're gonna save a lot of time and it is very easy to use. And with this out of the way, let's jump straight to removing the spark plugs. So the first thing that you're gonna have to do is to find your fuse box and search for the fuel pump fuse. In my case it says EFI, and this is the fuel pump fuse on most of the Toyota Lexus products. Take your time and locate all of the fuel pump fuses, and as you can see in my case I also removed the fuel pump relays just in case. Next up are the ignition coil cables, and make sure to label them because they should go in the exact same order. If you have trouble removing them, you can use a flathead screwdriver in order to do this. Next up are a couple of bolts which you have to unscrew, and usually they are tight in the beginning and then you can loosen them by hand. Make sure that you fill the spark plug holes every single time that you are not using it, because that way it is safe from debris and dust from the outside world. And in most cases you are gonna need an extension just to reach the spark plugs. And now with the spark plug out of the way, it is time to connect the pressure gauge. Another precaution that I'm taking right now is removing the electrical connectors from all of the fuel injectors. Now it is finally time to crank the engine, and I usually crank it 5 to 6 times. And our compression reading for this cylinder is 9 bars or 135 psi. There is usually a window of healthy values, but once again you have to refer to your user manual, your specific engine. Now the last thing that is left for this cylinder is to put the new spark plug, and usually there is a marking on how tight it should be, how many newton meters you should torque the spark plug to, but in my case I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm gonna use the OG method, which is turning it until it gets hot and then 1/4 to 1/2 of a turn. This part is usually kind of tricky because you don't want to get the spark plug too loose, but at the same time you don't want to get it too tight either. All that's left is to repeat the exact same steps 3 more times and you're set to go. So we already have a little bit of difference. Make sure to place the ignition coils as well, because that is gonna plug the hose. So even less compression in this one, less than 8. Unlucky. Nine. It goes that as simple as this. In the next video I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a POV drive for you. Results weren't ideal. We are burning through some oil, and this is why I did the compression test. This is a very important thing to do with every single car because this identifies issues. We're gonna try to fix this in a future video, which is actually coming probably next week. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. And if you are stoked for the next video with the Corolla, we are gonna be doing some modifications to it, which I've already done, but you're gonna see the video in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned. You're the best, guys, and I'm gonna see you next time.